Welcome back, my Jedi friends, and today we're going to talk about Ghost Protocol, how to end bullshit in your life. Bullshit, folks. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. So, this is just simple rebranding and repackaging of some of the lessons that I have taught on this channel. And this is specifically designed for the bullshit relationship with the person that's always right. Now, they're probably a narcissist, and you should probably just get them out of your life, but there may be some instances where you have no option but to be in the same room as them. So this video is for that specific niche of what we're talking about. The person that's always right, the person there's no point arguing with, the person who's just full of shit, folks, full of shit. They don't listen to reason. There's no halfway house. They're never wrong. You're always wrong. Right? So it's you know the drill. We're probably dealing with narcissists here. But there's also a sliding scale of nonsense that some people that may not be 100% narcissists all the time, that for some reason they've just got a bullshit dynamic with you for whatever reason. Could be at work, could be at home, could be in a club or something where you're dealing with it. Now, I've had to deal with these sort of things on football teams over the past and things like that. So they could be the type of things where you're doing something that you like it enough to tolerate nonsense behavior, but not enough to want to tolerate bullshit behavior. It's that fine line, folks. And that is the place for Ghost Protocol. Ghost Protocol, folks. So if you're an empath, this is going to be really uncomfortable for you. Really uncomfortable. And some of you have left comments to indicate that that is the case. So I did a video called The Power of Saying No. This is pretty much a repackaging of that. It's a repackaging. It's not quite the saying no because you're saying no to people that you sort of like, but you don't have to deal, you don't really want to do stuff on their agenda all the time. This is for a certain brand of person that you just do not necessarily like, but certain circumstances have got in the way where you have to be in the same room as them for whatever reason, for whatever time. Now, I'm always going to say route one in all of these situations, because you're probably dealing with narcissism, is just get out. Just get out. But supposing for whatever reason that you're in that situation where you have to deal with them, they have to tolerate them in the same room as you, well, that's where ghost protocol comes in. Ghost protocol. Now, this is easy to do if somebody's calling you or messaging you. You just do not reply, folks. People that cause you a negative reaction, just do not reply ever, ever. Ghost them. Ghost protocol, folks. Ghost protocol. Now, this is empowering for an empath because you're not used to it. For the narcissists out there, for the psychopaths, ghost protocol is a normal part of their life. Because once you're discarded, once you're not used to them, you're absolutely ghosted, and they've got no conscience about it. So this video specifically, you know who you are, folks. People with high empathy, people that coming from a background of people pleasing. And I'm here to shift your dynamic from people pleasing to you pleasing. And this is the balance we're looking to get right. And this is where Ghost Protocol comes in. There reaches a certain point where you've tried to reach the middle ground with people, and there is no middle ground. No middle ground, folks. You've tried, you've given it your best effort. You tried to be reasonable, you tried to listen to their point of view. You've tried all sorts of things to accommodate. Bullshit. That's what it ultimately comes down to. And you know these people, folks. You know. Now, someone asked me a very good question. For people with high empathy, how do we get caught in relationships with narcissists when the symptoms are so obvious? That's a really good question. And the reason is because most empaths feel that they can help everybody. That's the gift and the curse, folks. You cannot help everybody. Let's start there. You just can't. You just can't. Some people not only don't want to be helped, but they want to make you suffer for their own pleasure. And this is the part that the empath can't get their head around, and this is why we get caught. Because most narcissists do a really good job of putting up a false front of being your best friend. They know what to say. They know what to say when you've hit your limit, to say that they're sorry, to put on a brave face, to make you think that they were just having a bad time, that it was a one-off. You know it's not a one-off, folks, because the test of time will tell you. Test of time will tell you. They do a really good job once they know they've crossed the line. Once you start throwing the toys out of the pram, which is probably understandably and rightly so, based on narcissistic behavior, you'll always hit that point. They know what to do just to keep you enough on board not to leave. And that's how empaths get caught. You believe the bullshit, folks. You believe the bullshit. And it's that bullshit that we're going to cut out of your life with Ghost Protocol. You know these people, frequent flyers, regular offenders, the person that does something so terrible to you that you know they've crossed the line, but then they tell you this great story about, oh, it was a mistake, oh, it was a one-off, it was a misunderstanding, I was having a bad day. The narcissist has brilliant tales, brilliant methodologies to reel you back in, folks, to reel you back in. So, we've talked about narcissism a lot. Now, narcissists are a particular brand of nasty person to the empath because they have no empathy at all. Your superpower skill is their opposite. And opposites are kryptonite in this stage because everything that makes you brilliant at who you are, they can use and manipulate against you because they have absolutely zero of it. They have no conscience, folks. No conscience. No conscience. And that's what you're dealing with here. That is the web. That's the web, folks. The web. They gotcha. Gotcha. Ha ha. You thought I was a nice person. You believed the Kool-Aid. You believed me when I told you it was a one-off. You believed me when I said it will never happen again. But I'm going to do another good story, and you're going to fall for it. And another factor of you falling for it is you're not really falling for it, but sometimes the narcissist will chip away on your energy and your confidence to such a degree that you don't believe them. But the aftermath, when things are terrible, when they're peak nastiness, the next day when they're explaining, they're trying to be nice to you or pretending to be nice to you, you just think, oh, well, this is better. You know, it's better than it was yesterday. So that's good. That's good. Maybe it won't happen again. You come up with all sorts of bullshit as to why they might have changed or my things might be better. We delude ourselves, folks. For an empath, a narcissist is kryptonite in our world. It's so difficult to get through. And I can't judge it because I've been caught in that trap as well, folks. It happens, it can take years to get out of narcissistic relationships and abuse, especially if they're your family members. Especially, you've got all sorts of people. Oh, you've got to respect your family. You've got to love your parents. You've got to love your family. You've got to accept who they are. You have to make allowances. Fuck that, folks. Fuck it. If someone is a frequent offender, and again, you all know if you followed this channel that it took me many years to get here, so I'm not here to judge anyone. Not here to judge anyone for this, but there's some good questions come my way. Why do empaths get caught? Because we want to do the right thing. We want to help other people. And not everyone teaches you that some people just don't want to be helped, and some people actually are the complete opposite. They want you to feel like shit. They want you to feel like shit. And when you first get out of the ecosystem of a narcissist, they'll do what they can. They'll message bomb you. That's ghost protocol time, folks. Ghost protocol. Stop answering questions. And absolutely, and this is one we've talked about on an individual video for the whole video. Delete their number. Delete their number. Now, I'm not going to go into any more detail as to why that's a good idea. You either get it or you don't on this. And there's a whole video on why you deleting numbers is a good thing that I've recorded. So this is just bringing bringing that skill set. Part of it is if you want to love yourself, folks, you love yourself enough not to deal with bullshit. And you deal with bullshit when a narcissist, a frequent offender, someone you know that the result's going to be the same, when you enter any sort of engagement with them verbally, whether it's text, whether it's picking up the phone, or whether it's face to face. Now, in certain situations, they might even come and talk to you. The best thing you can do in that situation is to just stare at them till they stop talking and then walk away. Drives them nuts, apart from anything, drives people nuts, folks. And let's face it, you're not going to do it with high empathy unless they've driven you nuts in the past. This is instant karma. It's instant karma to know that they can't trigger you anymore. Maybe they have even triggered you, but by you saying nothing, they won't know it, folks. They won't know it. Ghost protocol as wins again. It really comes down to this thing, folks. The little quote that I love. It's people, better for people to think that you're an idiot. And well, no, I've made that I've messed up the part of that quote. It's better to keep your mouth shut and let people think that you're a fool than to open it and remove all doubt, folks. And in this case, it's better to keep your mouth shut and let people not know whether you're triggered or not than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Because the moment you engage with a narcissist, they win. They win. Just when even when you think you're saying something harmless. Nothing is more powerful as a revenge tool, but a high level revenge tool than Ghost Protocol. You know that there's no reconciliation here. You know that there's no halfway house. You know that their modus operandi is to make you suffer. And on that basis, anything you say plays into their game, even if you think you're being smart, even if you're telling them to fuck off, which actually that can be quite good, as quite that can be therapeutic in its own right. But you telling them to fuck off, it makes them know that you've been triggered. So it's actually more effective as far as revenge or getting them back to say nothing. Ghost protocol. It's like somebody giving you the best shot and you're just walking away. You're not falling down, you're not flinching, just letting them punch you and then just walking away. Because you've already been punched, folks, so it won't hurt. This is different. It's a bad analogy because it's not a punch. It's more a reflect. It's them swinging at you and you managing to deflect their punch to make it smack them in the head. That's more appropriate analogy because you're completely unscathed. If you can stand there and let a narcissist say what they need to say, look them in the eye, wait till they stop talking, and then just walk away at the end of it. Ghost protocol drives people fucking nuts, folks. Fucking nuts. So if you want a weapon, a highly effective weapon, and if you're evolved enough to use it, now talking about this and actually doing it live, there's a gulf there too, folks. This is like a test for you. It's like a test. If you can do this live in the field, then you have reached a level of self-love. That's what this is about, folks. You love yourself enough not to have to respond to that bullshit, especially when you know all paths lead to a pile of shit at the end of it. There you go. Ghost protocol. Get in that ghost tower, folks. There it is. There it is. A bit of ghost protocol is what we need. What you need, my friends. So this is one of those easier said than done things, especially for empaths, because you're not wired that way. The people pleaser in you will feel massive discomfort not talking back to people, to ghost them publicly. But it is an absolute weapon in your armory. If you want people to see and to feel your contempt and your self-love for yourself, you love yourself enough not to have to listen to the bullshit, or you listen to it, but not to react, not to appear triggered by it. Ghost protocol, folks. Ghost protocol. It will boost your energy, it will boost your confidence, and it will boost your state of well-being like nothing else. So, my friends, where can you ghost protocol in your life to make yourself feel better and to demonstrate the ultimate act of self-love, which is to not need to respond to the bullshitters? There you go, friends. There you go. There you go. So, folks, if that has helped you, then do show the channel a bit of love. Sign up to my programs now that I have a few. I have a few options for Padawans, Jedi Knights, and Jedi Masters. Also, like and subscribe to the channel, folks, because you'll get lots of pieces to the jigsaw to help you to navigate life more easily and to boost your energy easily. And there's another piece of the jigsaw right there, my friends. So go out and be a ghost.